As some of you know, it has been very difficult for me to speak. I feel like I'm constantly being silenced, but one thing that the E.T.s taught me is that I'm not a victim, and I am giving myself these opportunities to overcome these challenges that I'm given, and they've helped me to discover who I really am, and they've also helped me to become closer to God, to the source, as they call it. They call God the source. And they help me to see the bigger picture, especially when I feel anchored to the lower dimensions and I feel like I have to stay back to help others and to help give out my knowledge and to help others believe in their own power. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you stand in your own power. And the reason why I'm talking so quietly is because it has been very difficult for me to speak. So I'm trying not to overexert myself. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not talking quietly because I'm afraid that someone is going to hear me. I don't live in fear. The E.T.s have taught me how to not live in fear, how to let go of energies, of beliefs, of feelings, thought forms, traumas, all of these things that have, I won't say held me back, because I was learning the whole time, but and I was using these energies and all of these traumas to my benefit so that I could alchemize them and transform them. And again, I do apologize if my voice goes in and out. It has been very difficult for me to speak, which of course is another belief that I'm trying to let go of, but it's something that I battle with all day. So here's the thing. We have to let go of what is not serving us, all of those things that are heavy and dark within us, so that we can have extraterrestrial contact. So this is how we experience ascension, is to release everything no longer serving you, and to let go of all these lower vibrations within us, so that we can eventually have ET contact, for those of you that do want to have contact. So that is going to be a very wonderful experience for us, those of us who have chosen that already, those of you who are excited by this, and you feel that interest, you feel that excitement right now as I'm speaking about them. The reason why it excites you is because you are missing. It's not that you're not whole, but you're just feeling this missing feeling from you that these ETs bring you, that when you think about them and when you see movies about them, and I just watched Disclosure Day, by the way, when you feel this missing feeling inside of you, it's because you know that there's something that's being hidden from you, that's important, that's involved with this bigger picture. So, as you know, I have shared my ET experiences, my abduction experiences, starting all the way from when I was 10 years old. And that's why this movie was kind of freaking me out, and it was giving me goosebumps, and it was making me cry in certain parts of the movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but there was a lot of scenes. There was a lot of scenes in the movie where I felt like I was watching my life. And I really relate to Margaret in the movie, and I really relate to Daniel in the movie, because they both had visitations when they were younger. And when, I believe Margaret was 10, I'm not sure how old Daniel was, I think he was also 10. And that's exactly the exact feeling that I had when I was 10 years old, and I was in my bedroom in my childhood home, and I was 10 years old, and I remember looking at my clock, and it was 10 o'clock at night, and I remember my alarm clock, what it looked like, and I looked out my window, and I saw this really bright light, and I thought that it was the moon, perhaps. So I got up from my bed, and I looked out my window, and what I saw was a craft, a UFO, and I was like, oh, that's not the moon. And my memories were erased or repressed, and I woke up in my bed at 3 a.m. My window was wide open, and I did not know what had happened to me, but at the same time I did know, because I was already fascinated with E.T.s when I was 10 years old. I was already fascinated with all of those films. E.T. was like my favorite movie, and I had already watched all the other sci-fi films about E.T., so I was very fascinated in them, but I was also afraid. So I just chose to forget about it, because nobody really believed me anyways. And I don't hold that against them. There was a scene in the movie where she was 10 years old, and they took her. They don't like to say abducted her. The E.T.s, they don't like to say abduction. They like to say it's a visitation. So I have these repressed memories that are eventually going to come up, and I'm going to have to deal with them. I already have memories of being on a ship when I was in my early 20s, which I've already told that story, if you want to go listen to it again. But that movie it was really good. It was really brilliant. I liked it a lot. But there were some things in there where I wasn't really sure what to think. And I really empathize with Daniel in the movie, because he has just been carrying this weight, this knowledge, all of this footage, and all of this disclosure, all of this truth for many, many years. And it's been very heavy for him to hold, and it's been hard for him to lose all of his friends and his family, because he doesn't relate to them anymore, and they wouldn't believe him anyways. And that's how I felt too my whole life. It's like I tried having relationships with people, and they would just mock me. Whenever I brought up the E.T.s, they would just keep mocking me. But the thing was, is like, the E.T.s were giving me so many upgrades, and they were giving me so many DNA activations, that they were helping me to become more like Margaret in the film, where she's able to just see right through people when she looks into their eyes. She's able to know things about them that nobody should know. And I've had these abilities for a long time, and I believe it's because they've been activating my abilities when they knew that the time was right. So I used to see ghosts, spirits, when I was a kid, all the way up until I was 13, and I stopped seeing spirits. So basically, they helped me in so many ways by activating all of these dormant DNA codes within me, and they helped me to become a teacher. They helped me to discover who and what I really am. And that's essentially what you're doing when you're meeting E.T.s. When you are meeting an extraterrestrial, you are meeting more of who you really are. That's really what you're doing. You're meeting more of you. So that's why it's so important that we have to let go of these traumas. And in the film as well, like, there's a scene where Margaret is hyperventilating, and she's just saying to Daniel, like, I just want my father gone. I just want him gone. I just want him gone. I just want him gone. And that's exactly how I felt my whole life, just feeling so oppressed by my father, feeling so traumatized by his constant attacks, and feeling like I don't have the power over my own mind. She just wanted him out of her head. She just wanted her father out of her head, and that trauma was being released in that moment, because she needed that huge, huge trauma within her, that lower vibration that she was suffering through, that she was never talking about. She needed that released in that moment so that she could continue on with this journey of disclosure, because it was really holding her back, because it was keeping her in fear. And that's exactly how I felt with my dad. Just like this heavy, heavy anger and fear, and so many intense feelings and energies and vibrations within me from all this trauma that my father caused me growing up. And I really related to that. I really did. It was kind of hard to watch in some parts. So here's the thing, you can't give your power away to these governments. You can't give your power away to anyone or anything outside of you. Okay? You are your own government. That's what they taught me. You are your own government. You have all of the power in your reality to create what you want to experience. It's your creation. It's all yours. So E.T. First Contact is a manifestation and a creation of yours. No one else's. No one else is going to determine how your first E.T. contact goes, or how your relationship with them goes. Right? So there's a lot of information that I have to share about them that I'm going to continue to discuss. But right now, the E.T.s are well aware of everything, of all of the contact and all of the probable futures that we could experience as far as contact goes. And they have the ability to control it on their end. And they know that now and beyond is the time for it, because the timing is finally right. And that's why this movie's coming out, and why so much information is coming out. And even recently, like, my mom saw 3 UFOs recently, and then there was one near me, near this mountain that I live by. There was a ship just hovering that a lot of people saw right by me. And I've seen many UFOs in my life, but I haven't seen one in a while. Yeah, it was so beautiful and so magical to see them again. But it's going to happen in a way that serves you and humanity and the E.T.s as well. So it has to serve you, humanity, and the E.T.s. So that's why everything is done so carefully at the perfect timing, as you let go of all these negative energies and negative beliefs, limiting beliefs, all of these feelings and traumas, so that you can have the best possible experience of meeting them face to face.